I'm Rosie Higuera. I am the president of North County San Diego Republican Assembly.
And you do a lot of fighting in San Diego for the children, whether it's school boards or different events that are to protect the children. Is that why you're here today?
Absolutely.
So, what is so egregious do you feel about this bill?
So AB 495 is a Trojan horse. It was posed as protection for illegal migrant children, but really it was a guise to kidnap innocent children. Anyone can go into any public school, preschool through 12th grade, and they don't check any identification, they don't check background checks or anything, and that person can take that child legally and kidnap that child, use them for sex trafficking, take them across border or state lines. It's absolutely egregious and atrocious. And we need to stand up as Californians, as parents and community members and say absolutely no to horrific bills like AB 495 and other bills that are coming down the pike that try to water down parental rights and take the protection of children away from them.
What are some of those other bills that you're talking about?
Of course, I'm thinking of the bills where it's okay to have porn in the school libraries, where there are, exemption laws for school boards if they call it instructional material. So I'm very against robbing a child of their innocence, teaching them that it's okay to masturbate and have sex with any gender or animals or their parents. I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting to teach a child to hate the color of their skin or their neighbor's skin and make victims and oppressors out of innocent children. I think it's terrible to radicalize children and talk about politics in the school, talk about pro-Palestine or anything that has anything to do with reading, writing, and math. We're actually dumbing down our children. We're lowering the threshold for grades. In fact, just this week at Oceanside Unified, the board passed a policy where if a child did 10% of the work, they would get a 50% of the grade. So essentially, that will allow the teachers and the board to say, see what a great job we're doing. The grades are wonderful. We all deserve a raise. And so these children are not taught critical thinking skills. They're sexualized, they're harmed mentally, emotionally, and physically. They're taking the guardrails away from the parents, the parental rights, by doing everything in secret. And we're setting up our children for depression, for suicide, for sex trafficking. And I'm not okay with any of that stuff. And the sad part is they're using our tax dollars against us, and they're weaponizing our own children against us to hate parents, to hate our values, to hate our country. And it's just not okay. And it's totally communist. It's totally satanic. They know that if they have our children, they have our future and they have us. And so we, the people, need to stand up, rise up. We need to take every position from librarian all the way to the White House with godly people that love the Constitution and that are fighters, that are disruptors, that are not just going to go along to get along. So I'm all about transparency, accountability, and letting our kids be innocent children and be safe and not feel like there's predators after them, teachers that are indoctrinating them, librarians, the sex education, these LGBT clubs that are coming into the schools. I mean, in Carlsbad at Sage Creek, they had a whole week of Ally Week during LGBT Week, and they had horrific speakers that were coming. And they even had a Satanist that was into body sadomasochism. And he was the gender director. And we, the people, rose up and said, absolutely not. The parents tried to go on campus, and they wouldn't let the parents go on campus. And so either he decided not to come or the school asked him not to come. But we're actually putting our kids in dangerous situations. This should not be happening in public schools. So I encourage you to pull your kids out of public schools and start homeschools at churches and just do your own co-op. They don't need to be in school 7 hours. They should be in school 2 to 3 hours, and they should be out exploring the world and learning how to think for themselves, cooking, science, marine biology, take them to the tide pools, take them to the museums, and be in charge. Take your power back as parents and grandparents.
Amen. Thank you so much, Rosie.
Yeah, thank you, Audra.